Hello everyone. Hi, my name is Isaac Benavides and I'm gonna be your host for the evening. Welcome to La Ultima Yarda, English edition. Why is this program gonna be in English? It's because I'm trying to get some material to send to some people and let them know that I don't know, talk a little bit of football and co-host perhaps or do an interview or something in English. So we're gonna be talking a little bit about the NFL here in La Ultima Yarda as we always do week by week. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the news around the NFL. We're going to have this new segment called Make or Break, which is going to tell you if the players that you have on your team are going to help you get better results and get through the playoffs and become the champion of your league, or if you have players that can sink the ship down. Why don't we do the flex or bench anymore? Because this is the prelude to the playoffs. So we're gonna be talking a little bit about some players that are coming back from bye weeks, players that were on the injury reserve, on the COVID list, players that seem to be working but they have a very tough schedule ahead. This is the last week to make any trades with your league teammates or with your friends. So perhaps this is the time to pull the trigger on a trade that you've been waiting for. Also, we're going to be having, as every week, the Didi Cow Player of the Week. Didi Cow Clothing Co., one of our sponsors that power this program. Didi Cow Clothing Co. from Monterrey, Mexico. They have a lot of urban apparel and well, they as well as Royal Enfield Monterey, Weber Original Store Monterey, and DW Club are the sponsors for La Ultima Yarda, as you already know. Also, we're going to be talking a little bit about what bets to play next week. The Weber Lay, which is the parlay that sponsors, or it's being sponsored by Weber Original Store Monterey. And at the end, we're going to be having a little bit of a Q&A. So if people in the chat want to jump on and do your questions, that's fine by us. So let's get started. Last week, we didn't have a show. I had a lot of work and I had a lot of things to do. And I didn't feel quite like having a show that day. I was a little bit stressed. So I'm sorry because of that. But we're here now. And this is a special edition for La Ultima. Yeah. Hold on. First things first. Let's talk about the breaking news around the NFL. So, I think it's. Hold on. Just 1 second. I think this is better for the microphone. I think it sounds better. I don't know. I hope there's no squeaky noises or anything as there was on previous programs. So, let's go ahead. What do we have in our section previously called Naughty Yarda, but doesn't make sense in English, so it's going to be just breaking news. And it's news around the NFL. Why? This is not the image. Hold on. This is the one. Dun dun dun. Bam, bam, bam. This is not the one. Hold on just 1 second. I'm going to change this. Caray, in English. Yes, it is in English. This is the special once in a lifetime English edition. Hold on. Chi. Subtítulos. I'm not gonna do subtitles. I don't know if Google can translate this or YouTube. We're gonna have to find out. Hold on. I'm showing you how the thing is made. This. Bam. 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 Spoiler alert. Alright, the breaking news around the NFL. We're going to be talking a little bit about what the Cowboys and Eagles have been doing on their division. I think it's becoming clear that this is not the year for the Cowboys. It's not the year for the Eagles either. But the thing is that the Cowboys were so set on top of their division that they were taken abass by what the Eagles have done in the previous games. What we can do in German, Na, ich spreche nicht so lange Deutsch, aber ich verstehe ein bisschen, ah? Mr. Juan Carlos Martinez. ¿Qué tal, mi dragón? Buenas tardes, hermanito. But the Cowboys, going back to the Cowboys have had some issues in these previous games. There was the Dak Prescott, very evident lack of play and low scores, followed by the CeeDee Lamb ups and downs. Zeke Elliott has become not such a threat in the past weeks, and also we can talk about what Amari Cooper means to this team. He had a monstrous first game, putting up monstrous numbers. It was around 30 to 33 points on the first week. Then something else came on, and CeeDee Lamb became the guy. Then Schultz became the guy. Then Zeke became the guy. So beware of all the Cowboys players, but beware more of the play of the Cowboys if you are a Cowboys fan. Why? Well, the Cowboys in the past they've had a very easy street to their division championship. But now the Eagles have something to say. I believe that they're finding their stride, and the Eagles can take the division from the Cowboys. What do I mean this? Well, it's become more evident that they do not depend on a single player. It is not Jalen Hurts show. It is not Miles Sanders show or Davonta Smith show. It's a complete team. Even though they let go Zach Ertz, who is now putting big numbers in Arizona, they've seemed to find their groove. So I believe that the Eagles will sweep the division or take it from the Cowboys. Hello, dear friends, Cesar Barrientos, Mr. Bomba Barrientos. Hello, man, up here in the chat. The Kansas City Chiefs just won against the Cowboys, and it was quite an easy game for Kansas City. They just defeated the Raiders 2 weeks prior from that, and I think that they're on their way to win the division. Kansas City Chiefs, they just got back their star running back. They already have Tyreek Hill, Pringle, Robinson, and Travis Kelce. And on top of that, they have the best quarterback in the league by far, who is Patrick Mahomes. So the Kansas City Chiefs, they have a very important game this week. If they can clinch the division, they can rest 1 week, and they can go all the way through the Super Bowl, because the Bills, they aren't as strong as we thought. Neither are the Titans, who we thought were paving the way to get and clinch the number one position of the American Conference. But this is going to be very weird. I believe that the Raiders still have a chance to make the playoffs as I don't know. Perhaps they can get us as an extra on the playoffs, but I don't know if they can do much. But the big news this week, it's been a weird week. Antonio Brown's chef just accused him of using falsified documentation proving that he was vaccinated, and that he was also offering some of his teammates to use falsified documentation to prove that they were vaccinated, when the NFL has very clear rules about what the vaccination code is for players and what the staff and players have to do if they don't want to get vaccinated. So this could cost him around 8 weeks. So if you got in your lineup any other player from the Buccaneers and his name is Mike Evans, thumbs up, GG. You're gonna get a lot of points. But enough of that. enough of the breaking news. Some teams lost, some teams won. But what we want to know is how we can win our leagues. So, first of all, we're going to be talking a little bit about the players that can make your team. I got 4 players right here. Yes, yes. Chichi Andres on the chat says that Antonio Brown is always messing up. I know he's got a diva attitude. He's a very good player though, but he's always messing up some way or another. He's got a ring though, but perhaps next year, because I don't think he's gonna be playing another game this year, unless he gets vaccinated and he gets pardoned by the commissioner, which I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be something that the league is gonna do with how the things are and all the Rodgers situation. I don't think it's gonna be very easy for Antonio Brown to get away from this. But the players that can make your team. Let's get back to this. Players that can make your team the champion of your league. First one of them. These players, they weren't used a lot on teams this season. Some of them are coming back from injuries, and some of them are coming back to the spotlight. The first of them, Robbie Anderson, receiver for the Carolina Panthers, and has become a very, very reliable target for Cam Newton, who is back on the Panthers, and who is also a player that can make your league. I didn't put him here. I just remembered about him. I didn't make the correlation. But Robbie Anderson has become a very reliable target for Cam Newton. So if you don't have a wide receiver and he's available, or if you have him on your bench, I think you can trust him now and put him up at least as a flex on your team. So there goes. Robbie Anderson. The next guy up, from the Washington football team, Logan Thomas, the tight end who was very highly drafted on every league before he was injured and called perhaps an out-of-season injury. He's coming back from practice. He's getting back into the field, and he is a very, very highly reliable target for the Washington football team, who is needed of playmakers, who only have at their dispense Antonio Gibson and Terry McLaurin. Now with Logan Thomas on the mid routes, I think he can do a lot of damage to teams, and he can give you a lot of points. So if he's available, go for him. There's a lot of bye weeks left. If you don't have, as anyone does, not a lot of people have a backup tight end. Go for Logan Thomas, get him from the waiver wire, and start him up as soon as he steps on the field. Third of them, the third player that it's going to be very interesting to see what he does, it's Tyrod Taylor. This week he just won a game that he wasn't supposed to win against the Titans. I think he's up for vengeance, for revenge. I mean, there's not a lot going on the Houston Texans team. They just let go of Philip Lindsay. So if you guys have David Johnson on your team, he's going to be the starting running back for a franchise that you can never trust. But if you have a bye week for your quarterback and you don't know who to use, trust in Tyrod Taylor. He can give you at least a solid 18 points, which is a lot to say to people that have Baker Mayfield or that use Baker Mayfield or somebody else as Dak Prescott last week. You can trust in Tyrod Taylor to give you a 15-point floor. So that's that. And the last one of them is Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is coming back from an injury. I know he's never been a player that we trust here in the show or that people trust on their leagues. He's always highly drafted and he always lets every team down. I know, man. Every person on the league that drafts Saquon Barkley should always try to trade him for 2 players or something because he's always getting hurt. But he's coming back from an injury. He's getting back on the field. If he's going to start, he can give you up to 20, 25 points, even 30 points on a good day. They just fired the Giants just fired their offensive coach. So there's that, and most of the people that start up with a new coaching staff, they mostly win. It's gonna be a tough matchup, but I think that Saquon can do a lot of hurt, a lot of damage to other teams. So if you have him on your bench, or if he was dropped on the waiver wire, pick him up, and these players can make your championship team. All right, we're gonna be talking a little bit about now about the players that can break your team. These are players that you're supposed to trust. But this is the last week that we have to make trades. So, we're going to be talking about these three trustable and amazing players. First one of them, CD Lamb. 1 week, he'll give you 4 points. Next week, he's going to give you 30 points. A week after that, he's going to give you 2 points. Beware of the Dallas Cowboys offensive players. You never know what you're gonna get. If you can change them up, make the trade. Trade him up. Trade him for someone who is more trustable. Someone like, I don't know, Mike Evans, or someone like Keenan Allen, or someone who you can trust in your lineup. So try and make the trade and get rid of CD Lamb. Second one of them, it's gonna be very, very difficult to move because he's still hurt. But if there is a team who is approaching a championship style team on your league, you can always try to use the last trade of the year and relocate DeAndre Hopkins. Nuke. He's a very trustable guy. But there is no need for a trustable guy when he's injured right now. So if you can place him up in another team, make the trade. Get someone that can get you to the playoffs, and let someone else who can carry the weight of having someone as powerful as DeAndre Hopkins on their lineup, well, on their bench, give it to them. Get someone that can get you to the playoffs. The playoffs are a very different story. So you can place him up somewhere else, go for it. And the third one, I wouldn't like to speak ill of Russell Wilson, but it's been very, very disappointing, his comeback. He's given you 6 points, 10 points, when you're expecting 30 to 40 points. So if you can place him up somewhere else, or if you have another quarterback as a backup, perhaps Kirk Cousins, or I don't know, maybe even if I was going to say Derek Carr, but I don't know if you can trust that guy anymore. But if you have any other quarterback and you can place Russell Wilson, who is now healthy and playing in another team, and you can get a running back or a trustable wide receiver, go for it, place him up somewhere else. That's it for the